The experience you will gain and overall knowledge in the world is tremendous of value for you. What I also noticed is that for every trip I've done, there's always something that I can think about that made me curious about something else when I got back home. And it can lead me to different paths and different things I'm pursuing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're doing fantastic as usual. Today I'm gonna give you some pros and cons of being a solo traveler, to go away for yourself, maybe doing a road trip, just buying a ticket to fly away to another country or something. And what I've experienced so far for over 10 years, and why at least I think you should consider doing it at least once in your life. Let's get into it. Okay, so I will start off with the negatives, obviously, so we end the video in a positive note. So the first one, like everyone can understand when you go away yourself, is that it's gonna be very expensive, a lot more expensive than you would say you were with at least one more person or several people. The fuel for the car, apartments or hotels or hostels you stay at, you're gonna pay for yourself. You will notice it on your bank account for sure. There's no way around it. So that's one of the negative sides. The second one is that, like I think most people also have in their mind, and they have asked me how I feel about that. That is that I don't have anything to share it with, except for the people who I meet on the trip. I actually have some people still in my life that I've met for over 10 years that still are part of my life, and that I have contact with through social media, which is a lot of fun. And I've met them after the first time we met. So obviously you don't have anyone close with you. Of course, it can be a little sad sometimes when you really remember something very fun or something. You have a fun memory on your trip and you don't really have someone to laugh with. Or maybe you sit alone and laugh and they have no idea why you're acting this crazy. So that can be one thing that is a little boring sometimes, that when I've been away on different trips and experienced amazing scenery of beautiful nature or something, or been to a good game or something in another I had just this great night out. The fun memories that happened. So that can be a little sad sometimes. Number 3 is that it's a bigger risk, of course, than going with other people. You're always gonna be you can be a greater victim of being robbed or screwed over, let's put it that way, that people will take advantage of you. Especially if you're new into this and you're kind of a beginner, you haven't done it, you will always make mistakes. I've done it a lot of times when it comes to going by taxi or buying stuff and many things. That's the name of the game, but it's always going to come with a bigger risk, obviously. Number 4 is that what I noticed is you will have a harder time to want to travel with other people in the future, because when you get used to this, you will really understand what I'm talking about and how nice and amazing it is when you're alone and you can just do whatever you want. You can plan out your day the way you want, and you go away and look at the things you want. You don't have to compromise anything. You can go to a restaurant you want, eat whatever you want, and do all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't do if you were with other people. But when you get used to this, that can be something that you will have a hard time to let go. I've noticed this from time to time, especially when I've been away with a lot of people. I think you just waste a lot of time when you have a hard time coming to an agreement, maybe where you should go and eat or stuff like that. That's why I like when you're alone, because you save so much time. Number 5 is that you will actually I already said it, that you will be screwed over. That was the 5th point I wanted to take up. So but yeah, that's a bigger risk as well. And I want to end it with the positive things. So what I really think is the best with traveling alone, and why I always recommend people to do that. Number 1, you have total freedom. I already mentioned it, but here you don't have to compromise or be nice to anyone in that sense. You can just do whatever you want. You become more independent in that way. You become a better person to lead yourself in that way, because here you have to take care of everything. No one's going to do it for you. And I always think it's very good for us, especially if we're young. I would definitely recommend people to go away. The experience you will gain, overall knowledge in the world, is tremendous of value for you. What I also noticed is that for every trip I've done, there's always something that made me curious about something else when I got back home. And it can lead me to different paths and different things I'm pursuing. So for this trip, for example, now I was in Albania, Saranda, beautiful city, and I fell in love with that place. And it actually made me just start thinking about investing in the other countries, to looking at outside Sweden to invest in properties. And if I didn't went on this trip, I wouldn't do that, because that was something just pop up in my mind. I always live my life by guidance. I was guided by some power, some energy. It really felt good. So these things that wouldn't happen if I didn't go. Number 2 is, like I almost touched on a little bit, but it's a good challenge for everyone. And with challenge comes growth and development. And I think that is, without a doubt, something that we should definitely invest more in. That is the personal growth, personal development, and educate and develop the things we have inside here between our ears. That's the best investment we can make. And when you travel alone, you will definitely develop a lot of good skills that you will have in your life later on. Number 3 is that, you meet new people. That's kind of like a no-brainer. When you're with people and traveling, you automatically not want to meet new people because you want to stick to the group. But when you're alone, if you're a social person, you get bored of being alone. Just go out and talk to people. Stay at places where there is people hanging around. There's so many activities you can partake in that it's crazy. So there's no excuse to not challenge yourself in that regard, to go out and talk to new people, to strangers. Make new friends. So you will develop a lot of skills that come so handy later on in life. You have no idea. I promise you, when you do these things, it's gonna be a time in later on in your life when you just realize that, wow, these skills I must have developed these when I've been on my own, learning to communicate with people. Promise you. Number 4 is that you have a lot of time for introspection and to really reflect about yourself, your own life, where you are at the moment, how you are as a person, what you can do better, what your flaws. You really have time to, like for my example now, when I was in my car, I had so much time to just sit there and really think and notice some sides that I'm not really like, that I need to be better at. When you're stressed, when you're tired, when you get frustrated, that you need to have better control of yourself sometimes. So things will pop up to the surface that will come up naturally. And I think it's a perfect time to be aware of those things. I said it before, I think we have so many things in our lives, addictions that we do because we just want to escape all the time. It doesn't have to be food and all these vices we have, like cigarettes or tobacco or caffeine or fast food or alcohol, whatever it is. It could be that we don't want to be alone. We're just too afraid ourselves that we want to escape all the time. Yeah, so I promise you, once you book that ticket and got away, there's no turning back. You have to just go out there and feel for yourself and be alone and just learn to love yourself more. That's no way around it at all, to be honest. That's gonna happen, and that's why I think this is such a good way of exploring the world, to go away, that you will learn more about yourself. There's so many things we have to we just can't hide from all the time. We have to face them, and I think this is a good way. Number 5, and the last one, is that you will learn new skills. That's something that's going to happen naturally as well. And it's not just about I know someone made a video about just get away and book a hotel ticket, booking a hotel room. No, you will learn that it's going to be a lot more stuff that you will learn, especially if you go away by car, because it can happen so many things. You never know what's going to happen. The car can break down, you can be involved in an car accident, whatever it is. It could be so much things that happen along the way. And if you're going about 6,000 kilometers that I did, stuff will happen during the way. It's no way around it. I'm going to be honest, but it was an incident there that could have been really bad, like really bad. That happened, but I was very lucky. So maybe I can tell about you sometimes, but I got away very, with everything in a good way. But I wouldn't say that I was in a bad situation, but my car definitely was, and it could have been very, very bad. Let's put it that way. So, and these things can happen, and it doesn't have to when you go with a car. It can be also when you go away with a plane or bus or train. So you will learn new things. Either way, you will learn more communication skills. I promise you that. And that you can never get enough of. We can never be too good in learning how to talk to new people, to communicate, to choose the words we're using, and to be have a greater vocabulary. So there's a lot of stuff that we will. So there you had it, 10 things, 5 negatives and 5 positive things. With this information, you have an understanding of what to expect if you decide to go away. I want to leave this video with that, and I, like always, if you find this information valuable, hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if there's something you have done yourself in the past. Maybe you traveled more than me. I've been doing this for some time now, collected some experience, and it would be fun if you have done something similar. Maybe you have backpacked for a long time, maybe you done, I don't know, train journeys or motorcycle or car, whatever it is, maybe you're hiked. Leave a comment and tell me what you think about it. And I want to wish you a great week and weekend coming up as well. And see you next one. Take care.